All right, started on time today. That's not a new record. I'm usually pretty prompt with this kind of stuff. So thank you for tuning in to today's live Christmas drawing. Today is August 3rd, 2022, and today I have a very special drawing that I'm going to be drawing here, and I'm going to put a link to the subject after I'm done here. It'll be in the chat over on Twitch, and I'm going to just go ahead and get down to the drawing. I'll explain a little bit later what we're doing here, but got my iPad all set up here. I'm going to be starting off with the sketch, the pencil sketch as usual. So for this one, we're going to have a nice big pot on the ground here. This pot's going to be like, let's see, a nice open flame underneath it. I'm going to have some fire coming up on here because this is a big pot of some food here that we're going to be stirring up if all works out well. So now I'm going to put the handles on the pot, and then we're going to have, a little elf hanging out in the back here. Classic Christmas elf. His name's Gavin. So this is Gavin the elf. I don't know what color elf outfit Gavin wears, but we'll get this figured out. And we're going to make Gavin pretty excited here because he's going to be cooking up his favorite food here. Again, this is just our sketch layer. It's going to look pretty sloppy. His little elf ears popping out from back there. And now we're going to just draw his little body here. Now, he's going to be stirring this food. And the thing that he's going to be stirring the food with here, this is what's really going to be the subject of this drawing. I mean, yeah, Gavin's the subject of the drawing here, but he's using something to stir this with. And I'll explain it in a little bit. Now, keep in mind, Gavin's an elf, so this item's going to look pretty large next to him. But really, to a human, this item's not going to be quite so large. But to a little elf named Gavin, it is going to be. So I'm going to rotate this just so I could get the angles right here. Because sometimes when I'm drawing sideways, it's a little hard. Okay. So I think, yeah, I'm going to select this. I'm going to rotate this a little bit. Kind of got my angle off a little bit. We're going to angle it just like that. Again, sketch layer, so it could be as sloppy as it needs to be. I'll just resketch his arms in there. Of course, he's going to be holding this, stirring. And then the bottom of this, I think it'll end right here. Now this item that I'm going to be drawing here, that Gavin's stirring this food with, is going to be the unique item of this drawing. Okay, so obviously, it's a ukulele. Now, you might be saying to yourself, that looks big. It's a guitar. No, keep in mind, Gavin's an elf. So we got our ukulele here, and he's stirring some food. I'm gonna dip the front of this pot down a little bit, just so we could see some of the food in there. And the food that Gavin's stirring up here is barbecue. So there's a nice big vat of barbecue, and he's stirring it up really nice. Now, thing about Gavin, he's got a little buddy. Say like his best little buddy's gonna be standing over here watching what he's doing. Now you might be saying, what kind of buddy does Gavin the elf have? Well, I think we all know. Gavin the elf, he's a penguin lover. So this is his penguin boy. His penguin's name is Harvey. Harvey the penguin. Just hanging out here watching Gavin stir his pot of barbecue. Okay, so we're gonna draw Harvey here. He'll be watching them. He's excited. We'll give him a little heart. We got Gavin back there, and I think I was gonna do this kind of like an ad for an item for something here. So keep in mind we got a vat of barbecue. We got a ukulele stirring the barbecue. We got his friend Harvey hanging out on the side here. So this is going to be kind of an ad for an item, and I'll do that after I do my ink layer. I'll show you that. So yeah, now this is going to be like a inside shot. I don't really think it's too smart to be having an open fire on the floor inside your house, but I mean it's the North Pole, so I'm just going to do a little sketch background there. Nothing too exciting. So now I'm going to add a new layer, and then we're going to throw the inking on this. So we're going to start inking everything in here, and we'll start with Gavin's hair. A little too thick. Okay, so that's gonna be Gavin's hair. I'm gonna make it coming out of the front of his elf hat. And his other ears back here. I always like making elves with gnome-like hats, like really, you know, we're gonna add a little drip on the end of this here. That makes it a little more gnome-like, but that's the way I like to draw them. All right, then we'll go back to the facial features here. Let me shrink that down a little bit. I have to make sure I didn't bump something. I just kind of tapped the keyboard a little bit there. Oh, there we go. I see it over there. All right, so I'm going to post a link again at the end of this stream here, or in a little bit. So what I've been doing with my art, again, if you follow me over on Instagram, the account is AGUEDESIGNS, Agu Designs. Every day I've been posting a Christmas picture in 2022. So far that's been 8 months and 3 days worth of Christmas pictures you could check out over on my Instagram. But what I've been doing every Friday, I've been drawing pictures of my favorite Christmas podcasts. So one of these days I'll do the logo for this podcast, but for today this is just a special request drawing that on the latest episode it was something that they mentioned, so I figured I would take a stab at it here. All right, let me do something else here with the hand. I figure at the end of the elf thing, maybe it's at the end of the sleeve, maybe it's a little elf piece of the outfit. I don't know. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to the ukulele so I could get this drawn in here. I'm gonna redo that because I kind of, I'm gonna lighten up my pencil layer just because it's a little too dark in that area. It's kind of hard to see. Because usually I don't draw on top of things like that, but that's how we're doing it today. Then I'll go in and fill in some of those spots so I could drop fill it. All right, so back to the top of the ukulele. Ukulele has 4 strings. So we got your 4 tuning, whatever, what do you call them? Tuning keys up at the top, I guess. And bottom of the ukulele here. This is the design on the body. Then we'll draw some of the thickness of it here. And then, like I said, that's all barbecue being stirred here. We're going to have some barbecue inside the ukulele. All right. Usually ukuleles have some sort of a design around here. I'm not too sure. I'll just put some little fancy lines like that. Nothing too exciting. Again, 4 strings on a ukulele. So let's do... Oh boy. I'm going to start that one over. That did not work out well. Sheesh. Oh, I see what I'm doing. All right, we'll just do it. Leave it like that. It's trying to straighten it out from the top. All right. It doesn't need to be perfect. We get the point. It's a ukulele. 4 strings. Now I'll redo that one. I don't like the way that chopped it up. All right. Then we're going to have some barbecue bubbling in the front here. So if this is your first time tuning in, again, every Wednesday I do a live drawing, Christmas related, of course, to go along with my 365 Christmas drawings for this year. Just something new I was trying. That way I can mix it up a little bit and do a live one on Wednesdays. All right. So we will put the handle on this side. Then that's all going to be open flames down there. Let's finish off Gary's little outfit here. Okay, that's looking good. We'll draw this handle over here. I don't like the way that looked. That's better. All right. Draw a couple of fronts of logs over here. And this is all going to be covered in flames, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. Now over to Harvey here. Little Harvey the penguin. We're going to have him just loving this barbecue. Whoops. Drop my pencil. All right. Let's see. Again, he's loving the barbecue, so we're going to have him show his appreciation here. And now that that's done, I'm going to add a new layer. And let me reference this layer here so I don't lose it. You know what? Let me take that back. I'm going to add the new layer and I'll put the fire on top of this layer. So what I'm going to do, I do have a flame brush. I'm going to try that out. I'm going to get rid of the pencil layer so we're just left with the ink. And then let me see if I could find the fire one that I have. Flames, here we go. Let's see how this looks. Oh yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. Okay, let's see if I change the color, if that does anything. No, I think no matter what color you pick... Oh, okay, it's adding some red ones in the background a little bit. That's kind of cool. Little kiss of fire there. Whew, look at that. All right, now I'm going to see if I could shut that layer off and then go back to the outline. I'm going to reference it. Then I'm going to put this one behind there, and then I'm going to work on coloring this stuff. So the vat of barbecue, that's going to be gray. So we're going to go back to our ink syrup brush, and we're just going to fill this in with gray. Again, once I turn the flames back on, it's going to, hopefully it'll cover this up. I think it would. You would also think by doing this every day for over 8 months, I would know exactly what the program does. But I don't. I don't do as many techniques with it as I should. All right. Let's go to brown. We're going to color in the logs here. Now, barbecue. That's brown too, but we're going to go a little bit lighter on this one. Maybe it'll have little specks of red, like a little hint of red in it. Okay. Now, just for shits and giggles here, I'm going to turn on the flame. Oh yeah, that's doing what I want it to do. So I'll shut that back off. Let me go back to my reference layer and add some wood grain on the ends of these logs here. That way it looks a little nicer. Perfect. Now we'll go work up here on Gavin. All right, so Gavin, we're going to give him some blonde hair. I actually don't know the color of Gavin's hair, so if I'm off, I'm sorry. Okay, let's give him a peachy skin tone here. Let's get those hands colored. And finish up his ears that are hiding back here. And the point of an ear over here. And we're going to go back to the yellow because... Whoops. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. That's all right. No, I think I gotta get rid of all that. Just because it's going to mess everything else up. I was on the wrong layer for all that coloring. What a bummer. Easy fix though. No worries. I'll just refill everything back in. Takes 2 seconds. I generally, during my live streams, try to get my drawing done within a half-hour time frame, just because I don't want to bore anybody. So right now I'm 18 minutes in, so I'm not doing too bad. All right, so now we're going to give Gavin a red hat and red clothes. That's perfect. And while we're here, we're going to tackle Harvey. Obviously, penguins are black, but I like to do it not 100% black. I like to kind of go a little bit on the grayer side. All right, that looks good. I think Gavin or Harvey is going to have some blue eyes. And while we're here, let's tackle the heart. Who was that? Oh, thank you for the follow, GWF promoter. I appreciate it. All right. I don't know the eye color of Gavin, but we're going to give him some light baby blues here. And let's tackle the ukulele now. So the ukulele, we're going to make him a dark brown down this way. The hole in the center obviously is going to be black, although I'm sure it's filled with barbecue. All right, then we're going to do a lighter brown for this ring. Let's do a lighter brown for this and up here as well. Those knobs are going to be silver. So I'm just going to color them in here real quick. And then the neck of the ukulele. I really don't know how many different colors ukuleles are. I'm sure they're not multicolored like this, but this one's a special elf ukulele, so maybe it's different than all others. All right, so that's looking good. Now I'm going to add my next layer, and this is going to be our shadow layer. So as usual, we're going to come in here, even though this is it's going to be in fire and most of this is going to be covered, I still want to have some shadowing. Maybe a little shadow under his hands, definitely under his chin. Okay. A little bit of a shadowing under his hairline, by his nose, his eyes, and then I'm going to have to hit this up and do a little bit of my distressed look on some of the features, because I don't like to always have a clean looking character. If you've been following my art long enough, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I think we're good on there. Let's do underneath the logs, the backside of those. Again, I don't know what you're going to see of those, just because. Oh, hey, there you go. So GWF promoter is Gavin. So hey, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so I'm gonna post a link to. Let me see if I can post it. Nah, shoot, I didn't get it here. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me just bring that up. So just trying to grab a link here real quick. Now let's see if this works. Didn't seem to work. All right. Let me try this. I don't know if that worked. All right. Back to the drawing here. Sorry about that little break. So, we're back to Harvey here. Let me just get some shading on Harvey. When I heard about Harvey the penguin, it reminded me of the Weird Al show with Harvey the Wonder Hamster. Obviously, this Harvey has the Wonder Hamster has nothing on Harvey the penguin. We all know that. All right, I'm going to add another layer. I'm going to put it behind everything. And what I'm going to do with that one, that's going to be Harvey's little shadow there. And I really don't think this thing would have a shadow, since there's going to be flames on it as soon as I turn that layer back on. But that's good enough. So now, on the same layer that I do the shadows, I like to do a nice highlight layer. So we're going to do a little bit of highlighting here. Let's see what layer. That was that layer. All right, then we're going to intensify that. There we go. I'm hoping I got your elf color right there, Gavin. If I didn't, I apologize. But hey, elves, you could wear many different outfits. So, all right, let's do that. Some highlights on the chili, or on the barbecue. Sorry. All right, now I think we're good with the highlights and the shadows. And what we're gonna do is turn on my fire layer. Then I'm gonna go add one more final layer. I'm gonna put that in the all the way in the back. Then I'm gonna select it. Let me see how I could do this. I just kind of want to do a background, but I want to do it maybe like a washed out on the sides type of a thing. But then I got a special surprise, something I came up with for this method here of stirring barbecue. I was gonna kind of make this like a commercial for a product that I really think you could push here. Just kind of scribbly in the background here, nothing too exciting. But all right, now you got to hear me out here. Think about this. Think about a new product that's used to stir barbecue that looks like a ukulele. Let me get my calligraphy brush out here. Now here's my pitch, my product pitch. These are called before I do this, I'm going to put this on a separate layer. That way I could delete it. I don't need to leave it on here if I wanted to use this as just a drawing without this writing. But hear me out. So these are called Gavin's. Now, this is going to be a big word. Bar. Be. Q. Q. Sorry, I had to mute the microphone there for a second. So these are called Gavin's barbecue ukuleles. It's a ukulele that you use to stir barbecue. Gavin's barbecue ukuleles. What do you think? Gavin's barbecue ukuleles. I think that's worth a copy a copyright here. There you go. Obviously not copyright. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Gavin's barbecue ukuleles. Boom. And I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to call it complete. We did it in a half hour. Now I'm just going to sign the bottom of it. And then this piece is done. It'll be posted up on my Instagram. And today's date is August 3rd. It's hard to believe that I've been doing a daily Christmas drawing for 8 months and 3 days already. Hard to believe, but I enjoy this one. I like the way this one turned out. Again, if you click on the link, SaturdayMorningMedia.com over there that I posted, anyone that catches this later on my YouTube channel, you can check that out. The podcast is called Elf Centered. And I will do one of their logo drawings, I believe, one of these Fridays. I'm going to do that. So keep an eye out for that. So this is Gavin's Barbecue Ukuleles live drawing August 3rd, 2022. Thanks for watching. Again, follow me on my social media at Ague Designs, AGUEDESIGNS. I will be back here live next Wednesday for another live drawing, and follow the Instagram account for a Christmas drawing every day. And make sure you check out SaturdayMorningMedia.com and the podcast I have over there. I love it. So thanks for tuning in. I will catch you guys later. Hope you had a good Christmas in July.